What a phenomenal question. I can tell you 9 times out of 10, it's your starter, brother. Specifically, it's the starter solenoid, but it's the starter. What you want to do to test this is, another commenter commented on this, but I just want to clarify. Just in front of, on the passenger side fender well, you can do this without the key in the ignition, it's fine. But pop the hood, passenger side fender well, nearest the firewall, there's your blower motor. In front of the blower motor, there's a little wire with a little connector about yay long. And if that connector comes apart, and if you take that connector apart, very easy to do, just squeeze the connection and it'll come right apart, you'll see it, it's so easy. Take the end that reaches the positive stud of the passenger side battery, the little vertical post there with the little 10 millimeter nut on there. It's on a 6 millimeter shank, and attach and just touch that wire to the battery post, and let's see if your starter engages. If it does, I'm wrong. It's not the starter. If it does engage, if it does not engage, then I am right, it is the starter. And if it does engage, then I'm wrong, it isn't the starter. And by the way, if it engages, then you can turn the key to the on position and then pop the hood and touch that wire to the positive post, and that'll get your truck to start to get you home or wherever you happen to be, and you can jack with it later. But if that is the case, what you need is an ignition switch, also for sale on, you guessed it, or it could just be this thing here, your ignition lock cylinder. We've seen those fail, and all of a sudden it doesn't engage. The likelihood of this being the problem is really remote, by the way, so it's probably your starter, but let's find out together. So report back in the comments, do this little test. I know you want to run out to your garage and try this right now. Actually, that's the coolest thing ever, because by the way, it's the coolest thing ever, I'm just saying. So how fun is that? But try it out. Let everyone in the comments know that I'm full of crap, or I've got the answer, as the case may be. All I care about really is that your truck starts, so that's fine. By the way, for those watching this video to this point, if ever you need an ignition lock cylinder, notice this thing comes with keys. Those keys are not your keys. Big shocker. This thing, however, a ton of you are walking around because you've got 400,000 miles, 700,000 miles in your truck, and that ignition cylinder is so worn out that it's like your dad's old, pickup when you were a kid growing up on the farm, where you can start it with a screwdriver because the key is so worn out, it'll just work. So you changed out your ignition lock cylinder, but now you have one key for the door and another key for the ignition lock cylinder. What a hassle. If you buy this ignition lock cylinder, it comes with instructions that allows you to rekey this cylinder to work with your existing key. So keys have positions on them, little bumps on the insides, and there's little positions for all those little pin locks to go into. And so you don't need to have separate keys. You can have one key to operate your cylinder, and that same key can operate your door, even though it's a replacement cylinder. So, and by the way, in your owner's manual of your truck in your glove box, it's going to have a page in there. It's going to tell you actually the position numbers of the individual pins. It'll say, hey, pin 1 is in position number 3, pin 2 is in position number 4, or whatever it happens to be. And you can do it that way, or you can just measure, or you can just guess. So if you want more information on that, Google, what would you Google? I guess key pin or cylinder pin lock position numbers, or how keys work, or something like that. And if you want to freak yourself out, like, oh my goodness, like wonder, about life, a separate thing to Google and just freak you out is to Google bump keys. Bump keys are scary. So if you don't have bump key proof locks in your home, for example, you might want to go to the Home Depot and look for the locks in the lock aisle that are bump key proof, because that could make the difference between somebody breaking into your house without even looking like anyone broke in, and not literally anybody with a bump key, and you can make them yourself, can break into somebody's house in, about 6 seconds with no indication that they were there at all. Just a little scary. So sidebar there. Anyway, problem, Clip Notes version, problem's almost certainly your starter. Go ahead and put that wire in, connect it and to the battery, and watch it not go, and then you'll know what's going on. All right, very cool. Hope this was helpful to somebody. FICMRepair.com, we're all in this together. Thanks, guys.